everyone. So another episode of A Myriad of Chains. Some things have changed. You can see that our fantastic host Pandu, Decentricity on Twitter, has now a blue background, and that to compensate for this, Alex has put on a red cap. So we still have the red. We have some more blue. I'm still me.
My
Your
clothes are red.
Your clothes are red. That's true. That's true.
This is McDonald's red, by the way.
Red, white, and blue.
Yeah, no, McDonald's red, right, Alex?
McDonald's red.
Don't. It's so sad.
I'm not gonna say anything about the color
yet.
yellow.
Correct.
All right. So after we sing the French national anthem, we start with Pandu showing us something from the city experience on Myriad, and let's begin. Big start.
Let's do some Myriad, guys. Let's do some Myriad. All right, my profile. No, not my profile. My experience on Myriad. CT. Ton of stuff has happened. A lot of this is actually, like, you probably know about this already, you guys. A ton of blowouts, including the Arrows Capital, blows up Mad Up Style, probable crimes, Celsius, BlockFi getting built out by FTX, which is funny because it's like FTX is like the DGen central bank. And Voyager Digital, I heard like FTX, I heard, not confirmed, but like FTX went to Celsius, look at the Celsius finances and decided against bailing them out. SEC rejecting the Grayscale BTC ETF, Prime Trust, Falcon X raising, Gemini lied to regulators, ton of stuff. But what I want to open with is actually the Milady Rave resurrection. Okay, guys.
Just before you start with the My Lady, like something. This is funny because I think this is something we talked talked about in the last episode about how the market breathes and the industry breathes and stuff, and like it's barely starting to actually crash. That you see some solidification already happening. Like it's not solidification. There's another word in English because like my English escapes me. When a structure gets leaner but stronger. It's not reinforcement. It's not solidification. It's
leaner but stronger.
Yeah. So like this is at this point that you're gonna see like new actors coming in. You're gonna see the bad actors or the small players like dropping off. It's super. It's
more efficient.
Yeah. It's already on its way to getting more efficient, I think. So anyway, Rave.
In the last 3 years, everyone's gonna get there.
Consolidation. The consolidation.
Consolidation is gonna last.
Industry consolidation.
Okay, 4 years.
Yeah.
So here's the thing though, like you were at the last bear market, right? Like all three of us were, right?
Yeah.
At the last bear market, it was more desperate than this. But the last bear market, everyone was like saying that like crypto's dead. Like it's like we. But now everyone is saying, I was probably gonna ask like several months, 6 months, 12 months, or whatever. I think that's a fucking bad sign, man. That's a terrible sign.
Now that you put it that way, come on.
That's a terrible sign. Like that means like there are people out there still like being liquidity, exit liquidity. Come on, like that's not a good sign. I don't think it's a good sign. No.
I have this crazy hypothesis that actually the market is gonna bounce like super early, just because this market never behaves logically. So the most illogical thing that would happen is a very quick bounce. So I'm putting my money on this. Not a financial advice.
Yeah, exactly. You need that. You need to do that. You need to cover our ass.
All right. So My Lady Rave Resurrection.
All right. Okay. So I'm not gonna make a bet, but I'm just guessing that you guys don't know what this is.
I actually have heard about the My Lady rave where everybody got laid.
Yes. Well, allegedly.
Allegedly.
So,
The proof is on it's on OnlyFans.
okay, so this is actually quite crazy, but like there's a rave, right? This was like 4 days ago. I think I imported this right as it was happening, or like after it happened, like I think the day after. And you know what? You know what? Let me kill Telegram, by the way. God damn it. Sorry, quit Telegram. Yeah. Someone died at the My Lady rave.
Someone died at the My
And
Lady
came
rave
back. And came back.
and came back.
Okay. So
Just like the market.
yeah. Well, no, literally, like this. There's this girl who basically who overdosed. This is
Okay.
called what it is.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
overdosed allegedly. Again, like I don't know if it's a crime or not, but like to like overdose, probably not.
You can overdose on water. I mean,
You can. Okay, so okay, allegedly overdosed. There are videos and all. Like there's also photos. Like overdosed. I think her heart stopped. She needed to be carried to the hospital, and she came back. And right after the Milady Rave resurrection, Milady's pumped. Everyone was buying my ladies. I mean, it's probably not just that, but if you recall last time we talked about this, they were being accused of some nasty shit, right?
yes.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes. Grooming and
Hmm.
self-harm. Stuff like that.
Thing is, none of those were actually proven. Like, you know, like even when we were talking about this first time, I was saying that there's actually not a lot of proof, right? Like this is just like people on the internet saying this, and I'm on the fence. I mean, I don't know. But now the Miladies are popping, and the Milady Twitter, which is a part of Twitter that's just this Miladies, is like energized, like super energized. And you know what? Like the fun thing also about the Miladies, and I think this is sort of like has to do with the art as well. A lot of the Miladies are actually girls, which is interesting, right? Like there's sort of an expectation of like NFT bros being bros, actual bros, and especially the ones with anime profile pics. But the ladies, a lot of them are actually girls, including the girl who almost died, who died and resurrected. Sorry. Yeah. So that's insane. That's one of the most insane things. And Flood.
Can I read it in the voice of Dad from the Umbrella Academy? I mean, like.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I mean, money will never break glass. The Bored Ape is created over with hooded bipedal rodent who closely resembles its actual mutant. The My Lady is a sophisticated connoisseur of avant-garde art, obscure literature, and fine wines. Has many friends but prefers solitude. Come on.
Okay, you sound a bit like Reginald, slightly.
It's not like that. See,
I love
there's
this
a
dude.
follow-up. Actually, I wasn't able to import both, but like, look at this. Yeah, the ladies seamlessly assimilated to New York's culture, blah blah. All in the skin. Bored Ape is exiled to these side tables of CD overpriced clubs. Honestly, I met Bored Apes guys. They're all guys, and I wouldn't go as far as saying this, but like the ladies actually look cooler. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm just taken in, but like, you know, the ladies, the crowd is different.
Less exclusive, you would say?
The Bored Apes look like very rich tech geeks. Well, Novo rich tech geeks, I should say. And the ladies look like they're like, some are hot chicks, some are like club guys.
Stacy's and Chad's. All of them.
No, like did you watch this Netflix show called Inventing Anna?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay, so she's
the Anna Delvey one, right?
Anna Delvey. Anna Delvey is a Milady. I'm pretty sure she's no, she's not really a Milady, but like if you
okay.
like all
okay. The
the
persona.
personalities of these people, for some reason, are all like Anna Delvey, including one of the actual guest stars at Inventing Anna, that Netflix show. Our favorite Pharma Bro. Pharma Bro?
Oh, okay. Sprelly.
Shirley, yeah, Shirley's a
Yeah.
lady. Shirley's like deep into the lady lore. Actually, like she has a he. I what did I say? She, because he was my lady.
Because Shkreli, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, like but like he had a strawberry one, and then like it's the whole thing. He had a strawberry one, strawberry milady, and he said like, oh, I'm not using this anymore, and then someone gave him another milady, and then he just like used it, and I don't know, he's still using it. I don't know currently, but yeah, that's some ladies. Crazy stuff happening in the world, but like
But,
talk about ladies, and that's all.
yeah, it's
Any
funny. Yeah,
questions?
it's funny because like what I said just earlier, like the market and prices and stuff, they behave is in kind of an illogical fashion. Like they have a rave and they have a major incident in the rave. I mean, someone literally has to be resurrected after an overdose, and the price pumps.
Really press.
I mean, there are several ways to look at it. Of course, you can say like that's fucking awesome, like she didn't die and anything. But you can also say there was a major accident and someone had to be resurrected. But pump. So yeah.
She was very like cool about it. Like she was posting stuff right after her resurrection. She's a milady too, of course. Like so she's not a girlfriend of the milady owners. Like she was actually an active milady. And her doctor knows about the miladies.
Okay.
Weird. Like there's a video of her like probably in the hospital.
Okay.
And her doctor was like, yeah, I know the ladies.
So I have a question for you.
About miladies. My wife actually told me about miladies. That's what he said.
Okay.
That's what the doctor.
Okay.
So here's the thing. This is weird, but like the craziest NFT, like the one that's most of a normie filter. That's sort of like that it's the miladies, and it's the one with most girls.
Yeah, and it's funny to jump into demographics because like I had a question for you because this Flood, he's talking about the New York culture, right? Assimilated into the New York culture.
Yeah.
How
Delvey.
localized? Yeah, how localized are these communities? This I'm actually curious.
Actually, here's the thing. Like they're talking about New York culture because of NFT NYC.
I see.
Like I was there last year. I spoke at NFT NYC last year. I didn't speak this year, but it's because I'm too busy building. But like last year, there's not a lot of actual New Yorkers. Actually, there's a lot of people who are coming from all over the country. Actually, very localized in the US though. So NFTs are very US centric, I guess. Like but not okay, Western centric. Let's not say US. Western centric. Remember that whole bit about like the Fanta Bears? How they were going to be creating their own Asian Bored Apes or whatever. I mean, Asia was never sort of like strong. Like there's probably, of course, there's holders, one or two, but like there's the collections are not coming from our side of the world. And Danny, I consider you an Asian, Lee, Daniel Lee, Gothi Lee. Chan with the Chan at the end. Muhammad. Oh, sorry.
Muhammad Daniel Lee Chan.
Forgive me, Muhammad.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not Muhammad, so I can't forgive you. But it's quite a common name, right? In Indonesia,
but like I don't want to say I don't want to be blasphemous.
Okay, let's not be blasphemous. God damn it.
All I'm saying is that the most common name is Chan and Muhammad. So Muhammad Chan would be an extremely cool name for you then.
That's well. What if you're a Japanese Muslim, right?
Japanese Muslim?
You could actually be called Muhammad Chan.
No, Chan is not a Japanese name.
Chan, Muhammad Kun. Muhammad
Oh,
Chan.
Muhammad Chan. Oh,
Right.
that's not a name though. That's not actually
It's,
a
Yeah.
it's
name.
not. It's not a name. It's not.
This
Yeah,
is
it's a
becoming very
prefix.
blasphemous. Okay,
Yeah.
I draw the line.
I see.
I draw the line. I'm trying to not get us censored.
Also, but we're demonetized anyway, Pandu.
Yeah, we are.
Like we literally talked about butt plugs last video.
We did.
We did.
Mhm. Yes, we did.
Okay, so
So
that's my contribution to today's story, the Lady Rave, and what happened, and all these other things about MicroStrategy purchasing additional 480 Bitcoin. That's what everyone is talking about. So I don't want to talk about those things. So that's my segment.
all right.
Collection.
So I want to show a little thing
Oh, hello,
myself.
my ladies.
But it's much less funny actually than like people resurrecting and Skrilley having strawberries and all this kind of things. I'm channeling my inner boomer
Having
and
strawberries, really getting a strawberry milady, like the strawberry with like milady with a strawberry hat. Like
oh.
it's kind of cute. That one was kind of cute. He gave it away.
So I'm channeling my inner boomer and I want to talk about regulations. So like the market, you know, is all about who's buying who and who's bailing out who and who's being liquidated. And in the midst of all that, you have the EU. That okay, basically, I'm just showing the article from the first website I found it on, right? But they have this. They want to legislate, right? On this regulation to actually require KYC for every transaction over $1,000, even if it comes from a hardware wallet. So you would need to provide your KYC,
enforceable, which
is not enforceable, and which is actually, so there is a lot of debate going around there. Some people say it's the end of crypto, which I think it's completely stupid. You already have to get KYC on centralized exchanges anyway. But I like to open the debate around that. I mean, like this is
before we begin, like before we go here, number 4, can you just open that in new tab and just like bookmark it for me? Parasite skin mites that mate on our faces evolving into
what?
Danny, please, Danny.
New tab, yes.
No. You go back to your page just now. Go back to you. Yeah, on the
number 4.
Yeah.
Right
Parasite skin mite that mate on your face.
Right click. Open
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Control click also works.
Okay.
Mite
Save it for me later. Save it for me later. Thank you.
Can we edit this out?
No, it looks like a very small penis with a lot of legs. It's I think it's my gay self thinks it's like cute. It's just not hairy enough.
It's like a penis with a lot of balls.
From parasitic to symbiotic.
Okay.
Unusual body features. Reminds me of a friend of mine.
This should be an NFT.
Yeah, right.
The demo decks NFT. I can probably.
Do we have a lot of these? Like, can we generate a lot of AI? You know.
Sure. Like let's get images.
But yeah, for those who don't know, we actually have like a lot of life on our skin, and you even have like mites that live at the root of your how do you call them?
Eyelashes.
Eyelashes at the root of your eyelashes. They even like lay eggs at the root of your eyelashes. Like we're never alone. These things watch you masturbate. They even contribute. So anyway. So back to
KYC.
KYC. Like, I'm looking at monkeypox outbreak and I'm thinking what's wrong with bored apes again. I need to take my mind out of the agenda. No, I just wanted to actually go and talk about this a little bit. Like, what are your views, like you guys, about this kind of regulation? Knowing that, you know, okay, they have voted to make it a law. Now it's gonna have to go through several different stages before it's enforced or before it's legal.
Here's what I think. And I might be wrong, but like when you create laws that cannot be enforced, you're actually creating a way to imprison people. Like if you create laws that cannot be enforced, and you can basically accuse someone of having like you're actually, here's the thing, like I can't think of an example right now, but think of it like if this is like hardware walls, right? And not just hardware walls, but also unhosted walls was the way they framed it. Not just hardware walls, Danny. It's unhosted walls. Like,
Yeah, unhosted wallets. Yeah.
right? So non-custodial wallets, right? Which means they're trying to please passphrases, right? So what a country would do, and like what a country, not just a country, like this is the European Union, right? So the like what these multitudes of countries will do, because the policing is super hard, is that they probably don't police for most people, but once they identify someone, oh, this person is probably an oligarch or a criminal, or someone who doesn't agree with the government,
Yeah.
that person can be imprisoned because they're going to police them. It's similar to like what we used to call spear fishing, right? Not fishing, but spear fishing.
Spear fishing.
As in like directed fishing with a PH.
Yeah.
Fishing,
Spear
right? So,
fishing. Yeah.
directed fishing. But regulatory spear fishing. As in like you can target people. You don't target the common man. You don't target the person on the street. But if you find someone who's like probably a criminal or enemy of the state, or someone who's just doesn't have popular opinions politically, you can censor them.
Yeah. And like many
Not just censor them, imprison them. Sorry. Yeah.
Maybe some people watching will think that this is a bit far-fetched, when it comes to like real life scenario. But every time I think about that, and I think about possibilities to incriminate people on like dubious charges, on snitching culture and this kind of thing. I just remember the communist witch hunt,
Yeah.
Hoover, right? That was under Hoover, right? At that point.
Communist witch hunt is under, I forgot where, but yeah. I mean, the Red Panic, right? Red Scare.
The Red Scare. That's how it was called. And you just had to tell someone was a communist, and that was the end of it. And that's the thing. If you have something that's not really provable, right, or that can be proven in so many ways, you can just get rid of anyone you don't like. And if you want to know how far that goes, like just look at the Red Scare. And I live in Indonesia, you're Indonesian, Pandu. Some stuff happened that historically here, right, with the New Order under Suharto, right? You had spies and stuff like that in families. And you could just say like that my neighbor is a communist and he would have trouble.
I mean, that's already happening for a few things, actually. Like if you get accused of racism or like transphobia or whatever, that is actually already happening in several countries, like out there. I mean, here's the thing. I've been in Indonesia, like even in Indonesia, actually, like so it's insane. Like if you're not following suit,
yeah. On whichever side of the political spectrum.
Exactly. In Indonesia, if you were, if you're gay or lesbian and you advertise that you are gay or lesbian, that there might be implications, right? Like there might be not just social implications, even legal implications. I don't know, like, but like there's been several cases. But like if you're in the US and you made a homophobic tweet 20 years ago, or 10 years ago, you also get canceled. So it's this is not the way.
And it's not just about cancellation, because like this is we're talking about financial censorship.
Yes.
Like if you can, I mean, thing is, like, a lot of people don't get crypto in the way that if you have several countries that get together and make a consortium to have to have a common crypto money, for instance, it's not gonna be the same kind of crypto as your run-of-the-mill Bitcoin or Bitcoin clone. It's not gonna be unregulated. It's not gonna be public. It's gonna be permissioned. It's gonna be heavily regulated. It's gonna be traceable. It's a crypto technology, yes, but it's not the crypto that Satoshi thought about, right? And at this point, I'm all for crypto having some regulatory framework, some, you know, just so like exchange can keep on operating, just so it's not a gray area, so industry can thrive. Like for instance, just so mom and pop shops can receive crypto payment from any kind of coin, for instance. Like if there were a light regulatory framework under this that just say like, okay, you can do it. I'm not against taxes. You know, it's good to have roads and infrastructure and stuff like that. Maybe because I'm European, I don't know. But this, okay, why the hell not? But this is not how it's going to be used. If you know, you have governments that have well, you know, echelon and all this kind of stuff, like, right?
Yeah.
You have government that have out of this world tracking capabilities for masses, for people in general. This is just one more tool. This kind of thing is just one more tool. So you say, oh, you spent that money there. It's the wrong. You contributed to the wrong political party. Maybe we'll put you on this little blacklist here and wait for you to say something wrong. And this is, yeah, that's the scary part. To me, that is the scary part.
I think here's the thing. Like the fact is, crypto is libertarian PvP. Player versus player. Libertarian, it's libertarian PvP. The world isn't. It's like the world is more some countries are nanny states, some countries are more libertarian or more liberty focused, but like all countries have some elements of protection that is not just on chain.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's if you read Snow Crash, that's what like a post, not apocalyptic, post hyperinflation US looks like. Okay, post hyperinflation world, I should say, because like that's the entire world that got like its economy destroyed. There's no crypto yet, but like there's a lot of little enclaves, a lot of little burb claves, right? Like if you remember that novel, and a lot of tiny little governance structures.
So for those who haven't read the novel, how does it happen?
Okay. So this is like the backdrop of the novel, and this is a novel that originated the term metaverse, by the way. Snow Crash. Snow Crash, Neil Stephenson, amazing novel. But like this is the idea. The U.S. basically got hype. Like the U.S. currency, which is the U.S. dollar, still got hyperinflated into oblivion, destroyed, and it's like it's cheaper than toilet paper. Basically, it became like that. And after hyperinflation, what happened was the states basically split it up. And after the states splitting up, the states little enclaves split up from states. So the country becomes well, it still runs. There's still systems. There's still businesses, but they all have their own governance structures, and everything is PvP.
I see.
By the way, the metaverse is there, but like like you can focus on two things: either focus on the metaverse part or focus on basically the societal structure part. The societal structure part is I sort of like compare it to current crypto, because you would have like all of these different enclaves. They call them burb claves.
Okay.
Suburban enclaves, burb claves.
Okay.
Which are just like little little housing complexes or little apartments that like apartments of like 100 people or like 20 50 people, and sorry, 50 families, 100 families, and quasi foreign, so quasi sovereign gated communities. So everyone has sovereignty, you can be your own sovereign body, like you can have your own sovereignty, like self-sovereign.
Okay.
There's only one character that is self-sovereign. I forgot his name, but he goes around in a Harley, and in the Harley sidecar, there's a nuclear device, nuclear bomb that he stole from somewhere to guard his sovereignty.
Okay.
See, so this is sort of like an analogy. Like if you read it, like you will see a lot of analogies between this and like the current crypto and Snow Crash. Only it's physical, right? Like there's no crypto, but like it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. The entire world has become multiple corporations that are self-governing, and there's like even the mafia is a business franchise. The CIA has become a company. Wikipedia didn't exist yet, by the way, when Snow Crash was created, but Wikipedia was based on this. Basically, there's a one organization, one private organization that is just exactly Wikipedia.
Okay.
They basically gathers information. Like you can be a Wikipedia. I forgot what the name is. It's not Wikipedia, but like it's a it gathers intelligence, right? The intelligence gathering group, and of course it influenced the coming of the metaverse.
It's here. You could have written the wiki article on the thing.
Central Intelligence Corporation. Yes. So Library of Congress mixed with Central Intelligence Agency becomes Wikipedia. A lot of contributors all over. They just gather news. The way they gather news is through like camera devices that are stuck on their like it's like they become cyborgs basically. Stringers, right? Like the contributors to the library. It's created by like it actually this is although unlike Wikimedia, oh my god, they realize that it's the basis of Wikipedia. Yes, good Wikipedia, good self-awareness. It inspired Google Earth. It inspired the metaverse as well because it like basically Active Worlds and Second Life was actually created based on this, based on Snow Crash. But the thing is, dude, it inspired crypto culture. A lot of people don't realize this. This inspired crypto culture. This and one other novel called Cryptonomicon. Search for it.
Cryptonomicon.
Have you read Cryptonomicon?
I've heard about it. Like crypto culture.
Misspelled.
Yeah, but that's okay. It's still here.
Because Google knows your mind. Anyway, this is really cool. This is more of a historical novel plus like a crypto futuristic novel. There's also one that actually is like sort of like the basis of a lot of the cryptocurrency ideas, at least the earlier ideas. Also by the same author. It's called
Stephenson did a lot of such work, right?
Yeah, search for the Simoleon Caper. The Simoleon Caper. It's a short fic. There you go. The Great Simoleon Caper. There you go. Click that. 1995. Wrote about Bitcoin in 1995.
Okay.
And it's about distributed governance. It's about sovereign digital currency that is centralized and encrypted. Okay. It's about the nations, like the governments trying to control this. And then the guys actually creating the first decentralized republic, which is a DAO.
This is pretty interesting. I to be honest, like I've read a lot of science fiction. I'm still reading a lot of science fiction. I'm on the third book of the Three-Body trilogy, right? Yeah. Which is if you haven't read it, like it's mind blowing. It's gonna break your brain on so many aspects. But I need to catch up on my cyberpunk literature because on the cyberpunk front, I entered a bit late. I entered with what's the name? Not Blade Runner. That's not Blade Runner. That's another Shadowrun. I entered with the game Shadowrun by Herbrand Scheme. That's a fantastic game. It's well, since we're here, right? Shadowrun.
Cool.
that's a game you have to play. It's so basically it's urban fantasy. You have elves and orcs and dwarves and you can be you can be a corpo dwarf versus a hacker elf or something like that. And it's fantastic. It's a turn-based combat and adventure game that actually got me into the whole ambience, you know, of the bad corpos and the hacker resistance and all this kind of things. And yeah, yeah.
I'll take a look. I'll find it.
Yeah, I didn't expect such a genre. I mean, I'm actually from the fantasy side. I like dragons, elves, dwarves, and all, but I've never expected them to be integrated into
Urban fantasy.
urban technical stuff because
Yeah. There's a whole subgenre, huh?
There's a whole subgenre.
wow.
It's fantastic. You have like the Dresden Files with Jim Butcher, which is also urban fantasy. A lot of stuff. And there is not always hacking. For instance, in the Dresden File, like Harry Dresden, he cannot get near a computer without it exploding because he holds too much magic. But it's very fun. I think it's something it's tangential to, you know, to the topic, but it's a nice tangent if you want to immerse yourself in the cyberpunk culture. I think cyberpunk is better with elves in it, to be honest.
I think that's a lot of the things that you know, NFT culture and like crypto culture. It's like it's all based on sci-fi and sci-fi fantasy. And like even the book you just said you're reading, the second book, right, of the three-body problem. Dark Forest, right?
Yeah.
Dark Forest is an Ethereum term.
Dark Forest is an Ethereum term. Tell me more about this.
Search Dark Forest Ethereum.
Okay, Dark Forest is.
There you go.
Okay.
This is a very famous phrase in the Ethereum community.
Right.
So you know why it's called the Dark Forest, right?
So the Dark Forest theory means that we don't have contact with any other alien civilization because the first one to give sign of being able to achieve space communication, light speed communication, the light speed travel will be attacked by his nearest neighbor or the first civilization that catches the signal on the account of showing sign of strength. So the first that shows sign of strength is annihilated. So everybody shuts up by fear of being discovered.
Yep, exactly. If you are detected, you will be killed. Same thing here. So here's the thing. Ethereum and most of the chains out there, everything is out in the open, right? So here's the thing. Like, what if you are someone who runs a chain or you were working for like the Ethereum Foundation or whatever, you found a bug, a game-breaking bug.
Yeah.
Okay. In regular systems, you would publish the hell out of that book, right?
Yes.
So no one can get like, you know, get killed by the predator, by the bots. In Ethereum, you cannot. If you publish it, the bots would exploit it. So you need to fix it without people knowing. Okay. And this has to do with the bots running. Yeah, yes, I highlighted what I was going to say. The map bots, like the people who are actually running these bots are trying to search for like the for better transactions and for better transaction flows and sandwich attack people. And this is a wide open like philosophical field of IT, where how do you basically maintain security by ensuring that predators don't get the same level of information. And that's awesome. This is a really awesome thing. Like, you know, that's user mempool bots. Again, how do you do it? How do you prevent like, and you know what the answer is? Of course, bots will make profit. Always. Like the people who are running better, like will maximally extract more value. That is true. That is something that's true. And this is Flashbots, by the way. The different tools, and this is not.
This is sponsored. This is not.
It's not a solution for Dark Forest. But you know what? If you want to learn mevbotting, you have to go to Flashbots. By the way, like these days, like since they have like a huge compilation of like tools. You can actually go there to understand. Again, it's another dark forest thing. Like even though it started to basically to mitigate the bad parts of meth, honestly, you can, if you still want to do it, if you can do it with flashbots. That's actually the best way to do it.
Okay, I see.
And it's actually really cool. Again, like the Dark Forest trilogy, sci-fi filters into crypto, and it probably started something like, it probably started with something that is more sort of we're all geeks, right? We're all geeks, so we want to name stuff according to what we are what we know. But then it becomes sort of like we created like an alternate world, an alternate which works
Self-fulfilling
by the rules
prophecy.
of sci-fi.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes, it runs by the rules of sci-fi and cyberpunk. We created cyberpunk because
cyberpunk was created in the beginning, and
yes.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure Satoshi Nakamoto read Neil Stephenson.
Yeah, sounds
Maybe
like
Satoshi Nakamoto
Sounds
is
like
Neil Stephenson. Is he still alive? No.
No. Neil Stephenson's no, he's still alive.
Okay.
The cool trolling behind Cryptonomicon was actually awesome. You know, there was a law back then, which is not dissimilar with your Euro wallet law, which said that like certain encryption techniques, I forgot, like certain grades of encryption are military grade and cannot be exported, right?
Yeah.
So what he did was, in the Cryptonomicon appendix, he put code in the appendix, but not as code. Like it's like a story, but like you can make it into a code.
Okay.
But it's like that. I think I tried to compile it or something. Like it's basically you're encrypting with like baseball terms.
Okay.
And technically that is encryption. So if you import Cryptonomicon, you're actually importing or exporting military grade encryption. So that was a major troll.
We're going into steganography here. It's really, yeah, it's really advanced.
So it's when you're looking at it, like it actually works better with the encryption. Plus it is steganography, as in like it's like when you read it, like it's like a bunch of baseball terms, but the code is in there as well. So that's sort of like the idea. That's sort of like he was challenging sort of like the norms of the time of people who didn't really understand mathematics, and saying that, you know what, you can't really censor numbers. This is exactly the same thing. What's happening in Europe, you cannot censor passphrases. You cannot censor you cannot censor a phrase. You cannot censor a meaningless phrase or multiple meaningless phrases.
Now the thing is, you know, like everybody's going ape because they're gonna say like, okay, you can transact from you know, wallet to wallet without using exchanges, and nobody will know it. Which okay, you can transact from cold wallet to cold wallet without you know, but you need to cash out at some point, and these transactions come from somewhere. This is all in the blockchain, and some people go, yeah, okay, but what if you don't have to cash out? And I think this is something I like hearing that. What if you don't have to cash out? I think the industry now needs two things. It needs to go back to that period where everybody was accepting Bitcoin, and there needs to be, and I'm sorry to say, regulations to accept coins as legal tenders. I mean, it to me, I really want to see in any country I go, my portfolio of coins being available as a payment mean without going through super convoluted like bullshit, like transferring from crypto to fiat, back to crypto, back to fiat, whatever. And it needs
I mean, that's I think there will always be like shadow banking with crypto, like and like shadow OTCs. That's always gonna be there. Like what you're saying is like the convenience of it, right?
The convenience of it. I always look at things from a user perspective. See?
That's where they get you though.
That's where they get you. That's true.
Yeah, that's how fiat gets you. It's convenient. That's why.
It is convenient.
The
If we
only-
have the same level of convenience with coins,
we do actually, like, well, like if
Yeah.
we do, but not in the clear web, right?
That's it. Not in the clear web and not in the meat world. Not everywhere. In some countries, yes, but not everywhere. And then there is also the on-ramping, like off-ramp. That would be off-ramping. There's also the on-ramping side. We need the normies. We need the normies to start. You know, like and to easily start.
I think I agree that the normies need to come in again. Like, we're all about onboarding the next generation of like crypto people, right?
Yeah.
Into Web3 or whatever. That's what we want to do. But there will always be room. There needs to be always room. There needs to be always room for freedom. For here's the thing. I declare my taxes. Okay. I declare my taxes really honestly. And
Yeah.
and why? Because honestly, like, otherwise, like, it's not safe. Like, there's a cost to safety, right?
Yeah.
So personally, yes, but like from a functional perspective, the system is only strong and only useful and only makes sense if there's room for that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, I have the same view that a system should not be designed to punish a minority of cheaters.
Yeah.
A system should be designed to encourage a majority of by-the-book players, but
Yes.
there will always be cheaters. So the more you want to de-incentivize cheaters, the more you actually de-incentivize everyone. And that's seen in many administrations with miles and miles of red tapes and stuff like that. You can just look at it from a password perspective. Like in the early days of the web, you just had a password, right? And they would even send it to you in clear via email. So, in the very beginning, you know, it was common practice.
Yeah.
Now you need to sign up with an authenticator. You have single use codes, one-time login, and you need to change your password regularly. You get disconnected in the middle of using an app because it's time for you to be logged out. I mean, the practicality of just having a session run on a web platform has decreased by orders of magnitude since the early days of the web. Why? Because there is, of course, these are countermeasures, so your password is not stolen, right? But how practical is it to have a password that has at least one uppercase, one lowercase, one special number, 6 characters, but less than 12, and please sneeze into this piece of paper, sign it, fax it in triplicate, and you see what I mean, right? This is not the best example because password security is something extremely basic, but when it's translated to whole administration to catch, let's say, like a Joe Blow who's gonna do like small time tax evasion, you know, when you have company that structure their taxes so they pay nothing where they operate, for instance, you know, you see that the focus is somewhere else. You know that the focus is wrong.
Yeah, it's penalizing the people who shouldn't be penalized, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, crypto is amazing. This is like a technology that's like, honestly, we stumbled upon crypto earlier than it should have like appeared in our laps. Like, I think, like, I still, this is like, we are looking at like 22nd century technology in the 21st century. Like, I really believe that, because like the fact that you can have like autonomous organizations that is not centralized on one person, like that is not controlled, that is what the 22nd century should look like. I mean, that's what I imagine what post-humans are, right? Like,
I have a question for Alex. And that's actually that's a segue from what you're saying. Do you have kids, Alex?
No, I do not.
Do you want kids?
No, I don't.
I don't. Okay, if you had kids
Okay.
that you don't want,
Hats.
like, would you educate them about how to handle the mass of data that's on the web? Would you educate them on like how to do a proper search, how to let's say filter on their own information, look for sources, thing like that?
So I'm always of the opinion that when you do something, you really need to understand what you're doing. If not, don't attempt, right? So yes,
Yeah.
try to learn as much as you can. I would always tell okay, not my children, but the people who are going to pick all this up, especially in crypto, that's what you need, you know. Try to understand what you're doing, understand the concepts, but know what you're getting into, then only do it. Because in the end, you have to be accountable for what you're doing. And the whole idea of us being in crypto and the whole idea of getting the freedom is you have to be responsible for your freedom. So by being by educating yourself and getting yourself into it with with enough information and knowledge, that's how you be responsible for the freedom you have. Because if no one is responsible for the freedom they get, in the end someone else is going to come in, regulate the hell out
Yeah.
of it, and then it starts again. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so this is about, search and handling data and stuff, and then you would do it because you're in the industry. And maybe some other parents would do it because they've grown up also at least partly grown up with the internet and everything. But do you see it in schools?
Yeah, actually, you're right. I mean, culture now, a lot of people are just accepting things as they are, especially like one very glaring example is your user license agreements. No one reads them. You
No
just
one
accept.
will.
Yeah, you sign your life away. Even those things like sell whatever happened in Celsius, BlockFi, and all that,
Mm.
you're signing off your coins to them, and you can't do anything. You can't even pursue a legal. You cannot even pursue legal action because you actually consented to it at the very beginning. So if anything happens, their lawyers have something against you. So these are the kind of things that you really need to know and be
Yeah.
pay attention to.
So the internet is how old? Like it started in the I momentarily forget like DARPANET when
That was that
What?
was
DARPANET.
the original
DARPA.
internet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
DARPA and
Uh,
ARPANET, yeah.
can't remember, but I think I was in secondary, no, primary school when I started. No, secondary school when I started using
DARPANET. I'm googling it. What is DARPANET? Wikipedia, like
90s, 91, 1990 or
ARPANET,
1991.
ARPANET. It's ARPANET, not DARPANET. Opened up. Established. Okay, established in 1969, 63 years ago, right?
But that was before it was released to public use.
Before it was released to public.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
this is a technology that's super old, right?
yeah.
63 years ago. That's something that's 63 years old, and it's still not in our schools, right? The dealing with the follow up of this technology is still not in our schools. And what Pando is saying, like this is crypto, it's a 22nd century technology. Who is gonna teach our kids what a DAO is? Really, you know? And this is, I think, we're talking about on-ramping, about off-ramping, but this kind of literacy, like informational literacy, research literacy, agency literacy. So when you do something, that it ripples, like your actions actually can have, especially en masse, right? Very, very wide effects, very wide impact. This is not taught. This is not taught. And if you're watching us still, because like we've hit, I think the 50-minute mark, teach your kids about these things because they're gonna be confronted to that like very, very often in the future.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. The kids are the future.
The kids are the future.
And I think awareness of like decentralization and the values of decentralization, that's actually super important. A lot of people are here in crypto because they just want to make money, which is, of course, that's human nature. That's incentives engineering working. But that also causes because it's a dark forest, including the platforms. The platforms are also part of the dark forest. They can be predators as well. Be careful. I think the way we should basically frame this is like going back to whether you have control over your data, whether you have control over your finances, whether you can be censored, whether you have control over like the other bad actors. Because here's the thing: we might say that Ethereum is a dark forest, or that the crypto is a dark forest. The truth is, the internet was always a dark forest.
Yeah.
It's always PvP. It's always predator versus predator. And here's the thing: like, a lot of people just don't realize it because like we're insulated from it by major corporations. That's not the way we should be insulating ourselves.
Yeah.
We should be insulating ourselves by basically having immunity, like in the immunological sense, like
Yeah.
an immune system. So all this, which includes your head, your awareness, and your technological know-how, and any tools that you can use.
Well, when every information is viral, you need your immune system.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, guys, we're hitting the end of our weekly podcast. Today, we talked about how science fiction authors, through self-fulfilling prophecies, created European regulations, and how you can actually go back from the dead if you own a My Lady. Next time, maybe we're gonna talk about the thin line between obfuscation and steganography on Crypto 102. And until then, well, have an excellent rest of your day, and see you next time. Keep on watching.
Keep on watching. Keep on watching. Bye,
All
everyone.
right.
Bye.
See y'all.
Thank you.